Let's explain the interface. In your interface, it's somewhat different. In the latest version, it's looked like this. It's not that much later. It's like 2019. So Access 2020 or 22 is almost released, but I'm using 2019. So here there are different things you can see. This is the first time I'm opening the Access in my computer, so I don't have any recent applications here. So once we created the latest applications, the latest database bases will be shown up here. So if you see this area, it's about blank database. So here we are creating our blank database, and there are other templates also available. You can check this one as well. If the template match for your requirement, you can follow these things as well. So in this moment, we are going to create the blank database. So here you can create a new database, a little bit same. And if you want to open your previous database, you have to open here. So here I'm clicking blank database, and our database, we have to give a name. So I'll give a name like students database. So you can give the names whatever you want. So then I'm clicking. Okay, you can choose the place where you are saving your database. Okay, so this is the button for that option. So if I'm clicking that button, I will share the details in my document. So make sure where you are saving your database. So the next time if you want to open the database, you can directly go to that location and click. So here I'm saving that database in the document folder, and I'm creating a new document called A. It's for the HNDA students. So here you can see ACCDB. This is Access database. You can see, right? ACCDB. There is the extension. The students is a database name, right? Okay. So here you can see the directory, right? D drive in documents folder, in HNDA folder. I have created it right now. Then your database will be appear here. Now I'm giving the create option. So this is the view we are getting. It's called a table view. So here you are seeing a table. Okay, this is one table. This is the whole table here. And here we have databases. I'm sorry, the tables. So the tables will be appear here. You can create different tables in one database. So you have to know the different. The students is a database which we have created. Inside the database, we can have different tables, right? This is a table 1. So in a few moments, we will give another name for this table. So here we can do some edits in our table. So first, it's automatically generated ID. So then if you want to create another field, you can create. So in today's operations, we are creating a database for our students, right? To maintain student details. So what are the students' details normally we are getting? A name, student ID, and department, mobile number, email address, city, where they are coming from. Likewise, information we can store here, right? So let me create one column for the students. Here you can see, if you click here, okay, already this is defaultly created. If you want, you can delete this one as well. If you want to create a new field, you have to create to click to add, right? Once you click, you are getting an option for different data types. that we have discussed in our previous class. Okay, so sort text. Normally, this sort text is for using name kind of things. Then number. If your field only take numbers, you can use this one, right? Then large number. If you are facing a huge amount of number, you can use this one. Then currency. You can use currencies. You can use dollars, Sri Lankan rupees. You have to do some settings. If normally the default one is dollar, in your computer you can do some settings and change this dollar into Sri Lankan rupees. Then date and time. You can give date and time. Then date and time extended. This database field is give some extra details, right? Then you can give yes or no kind of things. Then lookup and relationship. So this one we in future classes we will discuss this one, lookup and relationship. Then rich text, then long text, attachment, hyperlinks. You can give hyperlinks, calculated fields. You can give calculated fields. So these things we will learn in upcoming classes. So right now I'm getting students' name. So here I'm giving sort text. So now I have to give a name for the column, right? So name. So the name is name, or you can give first name, last name, or student name, something you have to give, right? Then I'm going to create the next column. Okay. Then I'm getting a message. It says the name you supplied is reserved word. Reserved words have a specific meaning to Microsoft Access or the Microsoft Access database engine. If you use a reserved name, you may receive an error when referring to the field. So the problem is name is already defined. So we can't use this same name. So if I'm using this one, sometimes it may give some error. So better I will change this one. So how to change the name? Rename field. This is the option. I'm right clicking and giving rename field. So now I'm giving a name like STUNAM. So this one, yeah, this one is fine. So student name. So there are some options you have to follow. It's mean the regulations. So once you give the name, when you give the name should contain only characters. Characters mean English letters. You can't use comma or space or anything else. You can't use, right? You have to use. You can't use space. STU space. Let me try that one. Here we'll create a name called details called address. It's also a short name. Now I'm giving name STU space name. Let me see, right? So this one works. Check. Okay, we already have this one, right? So better you avoid this one. Don't give any space, right? Use the proper names, right? How to delete this one? You can directly go down, delete field. So this is how we deleting field. So right click, delete field, right? So next one, I'm creating a student address. So it's a short text. The name is address. Then we will get number, mobile number. Then we can create date of birth. So date of birth should be date and time, right? So next we can say what kind of data we can create. Yeah, that's enough. Now we have created the fields. So now here we can enter the details. So once you click here, date of birth, you will get the calendar. So in the calendar, you can select. Because we give the field name, this one, date and time. That's why we are getting the calendar here. Once I click here to enter date of birth, I'm getting a calendar here. So in the calendar, I click the calendar and select the date. So this one, ID, we can't edit. Let me check. Yeah, we can't edit. That one is default. If you want to do any changes, you have to delete this one and you have to work on it. Normally, it's coming as a primary key, right? ID. It's auto-generated number 1, 2, likewise. Let me enter the name. Jobs is my name. Address is USA. Mobile number. Here we can only give numbers, right? Because we select this one, number options here. So let me try to enter some texts. I'm getting error. See, the value you enter does not match the number data type in this column. So the column's data type is numbers. So here we can only add numbers. Okay. Then I have to select date of birth. So we can go like this. That's it. Or you can edit this one like this. 2000. You can give 2000. Now this one automatically give the name, right? The number, right? 1. If you enter any data here, it will give the number 2. Let me check. Steve, and here I'm giving Sri Lanka. You can change it as a country or somewhat, of course. And mobile number, we can give some random numbers. Then date of birth, we can select some dates. It's automatically given date 2, number 2, right? ID number 2. So it's auto-generated number. And yeah, it's worked like that. So you can see here in the corner, there is option called design view. So now we are in data sheet view. This is data sheet view. So here also you can see in this corner, you can change the views. Here or in this corner, you can select this one. So now we are in data sheet view. Let me check this one, design view. Okay, once I'm clicking design view, it's asked me to save. So here we can give a name to our table. Okay, student details. This is my table name. So now I'm giving the name. Then okay, now you can see here the table name is changed. So the table name is changed here. So this is the design view. So here you can do the changes. If you want to change the name, these things you can. Student name. I want to change the address and change it to country. Mobile number, I have to give space. Here, date of birth also I have to give space. So here, if I want to change the field, also we can do, right? Here you can create another field also, like index number. If I want to add index number, so sort text, no, index number will be it's not normally your index number is not come up with only the number, right? It has characters. It has a backslash, forward slash kind of things, letters kind of things. So I'm using short text, right? So this is the design view. So you can create lots and lots of fields. So once I created the index number, if I go to the data sheet view, okay, it's asking you must first save the table. Do you want to save the table? Yes. How to save normally? File and save, or you can press Ctrl and S on keyboard. So here our new field is here. We added in the design view, right? We edited this one in the design view. So I'm giving some index number like MP 1. Likewise, we can give, right? So today the task is you guys have to understand the the field types. I mean this one, the data types, right? So you have to understand the data types, which data you are using. So let me check this one, the currency. For the currency earning, I'm telling earning, right? So here I want to add $100. Press enter. It's automatically a dollar sign, right? So because it's currency, so here 150, right? So you can do some edit here. If I want to change the decimal values, I can do it here in the design view. Currency, we can do some changes. We will learn these things later. So now here we can give some primary key. You guys studied about primary keys, right? The unique key and primary keys are different. Primary key should be unique, right? Only unique keys can become primary key. So that is another sort of thing. So index number I can give as a primary key. Here you can see like a key symbol here, right? Key symbol is here. So in our database, the ID is the primary key. It's default one. When we open the data sheet, it's automatically the ID became the primary key. So now we can change this one as well. Let me see, can we add any same number here in ID? Normally we can't edit, no? So let me check this one. Now we'll change this one as a primary key. Index number, normally index number will be unique, right? So here you have to select this field. Now I have selected this one. You can see the red box and the mark is here. Then I press this one, the primary key. Now you can see the key came here. So now our index number will be the primary key. Okay, okay, you have to save the works. Now I'm adding another student's name and USA, file number something, date of birth something, and now I'm trying to give the same name, same index number, right? Slash 0001. Let me see what's happening. I'm clicking here. Okay, it's accepted. It's supposed not to accept. Let me check. Okay, once I press enter, I'm trying to go to the fourth column. It's giving an error message. So better you check what is the error message, right? Once you get an error message, you have to check. So here it says the change you requested to the table were not successful because they would create a duplicated value in the index primary key. So what we are doing is we are duplicating the primary key. So this one should be unique. You can't duplicate this one. So that's what happened here. We are trying to use the same index number here, but according to the primary key rules and regulations, the primary key should be unique, right? Or relationship change date and the field or field that contain duplicate data, remove the index or refine the index. Okay, we have to delete this row or we have to give a correct index number. Now I'll press enter. Now it's okay. It's stored the data. So this is the things now we can delete this one, right? Delete field. Delete field option is available now. Previously it's not available, right? Because it's a primary key. Now if I'm trying to delete this one, let me check. You can't delete the index number column at this time. The index number column is part of the primary key. So normally you can't delete primary keys. So if you want to delete this one, you have to give another field as a primary key, right? Let me check this one. Can we remove all primary key? Let me check. Design view here. Okay, now we don't have any primary keys. So that is not compulsory to have a primary key, but normally database, we should have a primary key. So here I'm giving ID as a primary key again. How to give that? Select the field and click this button. Now ID is the primary key. Save. Here, let me try to edit this one as 1 and enter, enter. Now it's fine, right? It's not giving any error messages because the index number is not the primary key. The ID is the primary key. So this is how the primary key concept works.